you're not depressed, you're fucking lazy. Tell me, would you rather be fucking poor and depressed or whatever, or be depressed and be rich? I just want to start off by saying that this whole entire video is going to be a hot take. I'm not telling you to agree or disagree with me, but this is just my opinion. Everything is my opinion. But I think that being depressed and having all these mental issues is a luxury. It's a luxury, because tell me one broke person, maybe not one, but like, show me an example of lower income person who uses the excuse of them being depressed or whatever the fuck, right? Of not going out and actually still being disciplined and making money and still trying to, better themselves. Tell me one person. You're not fucking depressed. Maybe you are, but even still, you're not depressed, you're fucking lazy. Now, this is coming from a person who is diagnosed with depression. I'm diagnosed with depression because maybe there's some fucking chemical imbalance in my brain. But still, that is not stopping me from my ass getting out of bed every fucking day, going to take a shower, actually brushing my teeth and taking care of myself. Who knows, maybe I'm cured, but still, I'm seeing the doctor because there's a chemical imbalance in my brain. That leads me to the point of just saying, like, you're not depressed, you're fucking lazy. Stop using the excuse that you're depressed or have all these mental disorders to justify the fact that you're lazy, you're gross, and you're a bum. What do you mean you haven't showered or fucking washed your hair in a month? That is straight up gross, dude. You're low-key a bum. Think about that. And stop pitying yourself so much. Like, that's just, to put it simply, that's just so, like, that's just so stupid. That's just not, no. You're not serving, you're not fucking, no. Stop it. Stop pitying yourself. Stop being like, oh, my life is so hard, I can't get out of bed. Yes, you can! It's not that hard. I've been through that before, right? Being in this hole, being like, oh, I can't get out of bed. Meanwhile, now that my whole mindset has changed about this, like, whole mental health issue thing, it was because I was fucking lazy and I kept making up excuses on, like, why I should be lazy instead of actually getting my ass up out of fucking bed. It's stupid. Being depressed is actually a luxury. Being mentally ill and popping pills every day is a luxury. I pop pills every day. Legal pills. Don't come for me. Also, if you think I'm degrading myself by drinking whatever's in my cup, that's tea. And I'm eating dark chocolate with hazelnuts, because sugar's the enemy. Back to the video. But I genuinely do believe that it is a luxury to have fucking depression. Being depressed is a fucking luxury. You can voice whatever opinion you want, but this is just my experience, right? These are my opinions. But literally, there is no excuse for you to be a lazy, dumb fuck. Who the fuck wants to be gross and smelly? Definitely not me. So piece things together in your mind and actually use logic and common sense of why the hell would you want to be fucking bedridden? It literally all comes down to your mind power, because your mind is stronger than you actually think. If you keep convincing yourself, conditioning yourself to be in this state where you're just in bed all day, not taking showers, not brushing your teeth, letting your health go to shit, then you're just gonna stay in that fucking deep pit for long periods of time. The more you pity yourself, the more lazy you become. I just wanted to add, whilst I'm like watching through this video, the concept of pitying yourself is actually so cringe. It's actually so cringe, because imagine like saying to yourself like, oh my god, I'm not pretty enough, and blah 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and do something about it instead of complaining. I know I'm complaining right now, but I'm just telling you, do something about it instead of just fucking, you're free to vent. But if you're just gonna fucking keep complaining about the same thing over and over again, maybe it's time that you actually take action and do something. The more excuses that you give to yourself, and the more excuses you give towards this undisciplined and lazy bummy ass behavior, the more you're gonna dig yourself down into this deep fucking hole. And I don't recommend it. Stop pitying yourself. Stop thinking like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Yes, you can. I think the best way that I can, like, describe this and how you can, like, actually, you know, get out of bed and, like, do all of this stuff is that you can just believe, convince yourself that you can do this. And even if you fail, try again. There's, like, dude, if you have a mindset of a quitter, you're always gonna fucking lose and you're always gonna be a quitter. So if you fail, don't be pitiful for yourself. Fucking try again. Reflect on what you did wrong or whatever. Reflect on what you could improve on, and then apply that to the next time you try that again. Pitying yourself for quote-unquote failing. There's no shame in failing. You can learn something from that. So stop pitying yourself from failing and learn something from it and do it again. 1 + 1 = 2. Stop making shit so complicated. Stop making shit complicated. Don't overcomplicate life. Life is already so stupid already. Why would you want to make it even more stupid and complicated? Why would you overcomplicate everything? Just start thinking like 1 + 1 = 2. Just, I don't know, watch a fucking documentary about fucking monkeys or something. Like, don't overcomplicate shit. If you keep on overcomplicating everything, it's just gonna make your life even more complicated. It's just gonna make you a whole mess if you overcomplicate everything. If you overcomplicate everything that you think, if you overcomplicate about something you're about to do, that thing, the task that you're gonna do is gonna become complicated. But if you think step by step and simplify things, then the task that you're gonna do will become more simple. It's as easy as that. And if you can't do it in your head, write it down. Or open up your fucking notes app and write it, or text it down. Ugh. I thought that I wouldn't be able to, like, work, like a white collar job, or like I thought that I would never be able to get good grades or whatever, right? But no, I decided to put the work in. Started right now. I'm studying for my SATs because I want to apply to law school. My SAT scores used to be so just dog shit, but now I genuinely see an improvement because I'm actually putting in the work to improve my score. So it's basically the same logic with, if you want to actually improve your mental health, then you gotta think in a different perspective. I know it's easier said than done, but it's also a really simple way of thinking. But stop excusing your laziness. Stop excusing the fact that you're undisciplined. Be real with yourself, that you're a lazy piece of shit, that you're a bummy piece of shit that's fucking degrading and wasting away your body. That is such bum gross behavior. Like, imagine you go outside because you haven't fucking, I don't know, washed your face or washed your hair, or haven't taken a shower in a few days. People are gonna call you gross, and that's just gonna make you feel even worse. Do you want that? Like, do you want random people, like, walking past you and be like, oh, this bitch smells? It's your fault that you smell because you don't take a shower, because you keep excusing yourself. You keep on making excuses for yourself that you can't take a shower because you're depressed. It blows my mind that there are some people, I'm not trying to say that, like, oh, Gen Z is fucking lazy. It just blows my mind of just how, like, undisciplined some people are. Imagine not literally being like, oh, I can't take a shower today because I'm depressed. What the fuck kind of excuse is that? That's not an excuse. You're lazy. You're gross, and you're undisciplined. You can't even, oh my god. It's just bummy behavior. Like, that genuinely makes you a loser if you think that you can't fucking go take a shower or make yourself look presentable because you say that you're depressed. That doesn't, what the fuck? What the fuck? You are weird. Now, I know that people genuinely struggle with this kind of stuff, but in my experience of quote-unquote being depressed and mentally ill for quite a few years and taking all these fucking big pharma pills, like, for years and years and years, I've come to the realization, I'm 20 now, I've been depressed since I was, like, a young teenager or whatever. But I wasn't, like, diagnosed. I think the whole concept of fucking diagnosis is actually making us have an excuse to be a shitty person or a lazy piece of shit. Being blah blah blah, I don't fucking know, depressed, anxious, whatever, that's a luxury for you to have, honestly. I'm not saying like, oh, it's a financial luxury. It's more of like societal luxury where you can just say like, oh, I'm depressed, therefore I can't do this. Oh, I have social anxiety, therefore I can't fucking go out my house. Bro, I'm on Lexapro and freaking anti-anxiety, literally anxiety medication, and I was working as a fucking secretary, meeting fucking industry leaders and fucking business people, making deals and stuff like that, I was a saleswoman at one point. I'm not using the fact that I'm anxious to not get money. Imagine at the age where you have to work and you still label yourself as this like person that's diagnosed with fucking anxiety. You're essentially stopping yourself from making money because you're excusing yourself that you are anxious and don't have the ability to talk to people. What? Use your brain, okay? Use your fucking brain. How does that make any fucking sense? Would you rather be broke and anxious or anxious and rich? Tell me. Would you rather be fucking poor and depressed or whatever, or be depressed and be rich? Would you rather be mentally ill, be bedridden, have no skills, have no achievements, or would you rather be depressed, in good health, making good money, having a good education? Which one would you rather have? Because I am definitely not choosing the one where I'm fucking bedridden and making excuses for myself being fucking lazy and depressed. That doesn't make any sense for me. I used to think that I literally wasn't capable of leaving my bed because I was depressed. No. Now that I think back to it, I was just excusing myself for my shitty behavior. It's all about up here. Literally. If you keep telling yourself that you can't do this because you have that, then you're not going to be able to achieve anything. What I'm trying to say is that there's always a solution and a way out for everything. Even though it might not feel like it at that moment, but there always is. If you keep on thinking that your life isn't gonna get any better, then it's not gonna get any better. If you change your mindset like, oh, okay, I'm a growing person, I'm still young, this experience is just like another little dip in my fucking timeline of life. Because you can't always be happy. Life is like that. The good parts can't exist without the bad, okay? Yin yang, motherfuckers. God. If you just take it step by step, take everything step by step, get a routine, don't overcomplicate your thoughts, don't overcomplicate anything that you're trying to do, then you can do it. How do you feel less depressed? Okay, you're depressed. Write down what you're doing at the moment, why it's making you do that, and then write down the solutions that can alleviate those. I know if you're like a depressed person that's actively seeking a professional right now, and they tell you to go work out, because there's genuinely a link between exercising and curing depression. I'm not kidding you. The lack of movement is literally the lack of physical movement that you have is making you more depressed. This is like scientifically proven. So stop excusing yourself. I don't know. Walk around your house. Start doing jumping jacks. You don't even have to like travel that far. Just like get some movement in. I know like doctors say this so many times, but you have to actually like do what they say, because they're doctors. They're experienced in treating this kind of stuff. So listen to them. And I've actually seen an improvement in my mood once I start like actually like working out like actively. I feel better about myself. I look better. I mentally feel better. I can do so many more things. Like I actually got back into art. I'm getting back into playing the guitar, which I haven't touched in like 6 years. Stop overcomplicating everything. You don't need to make your life complicated. If your life is already like shit, why would you want to overcomplicate it even more? Stop pitying yourself and making it so complicated. Another tip that I want to give is that if you take things lightheartedly, like if you just take life like lightheartedly and take everything lightheartedly, you're gonna be like, you'll feel less depressed. Stop taking things so seriously. Unless it's like work, then yeah, take it seriously, because you're trying to make money. But if you just have fun with life, then you won't feel less depressed. 1 + 1 = fucking 2. God damn it. What the fuck? Oh my god. That you're diagnosed with this. And just be like, oh, I want to do this today. Then go do that. Boom. You just did something today and you're not bedridden. Another thing that I want to add on is stop surrounding yourself with people who's just going to bring you down even more mentally, right? Surround yourself with people that are calling you out on your bummy, stupid, gross behavior and be like, yo, dude, you stink. Because those friends will actually motivate you to do better. There's like, I don't know if like some people saw this, but there's like a post on Instagram saying that like friends who are more like honest and like brutal, whatever, with each other are 300 times more loyal or whatever the fuck. I honestly agree with that. If you keep surrounding yourself and keep on being in an environment that's just like constantly bringing you down, you're just still gonna be in that same environment and you're never gonna escape from it. So either change yourself or change your environment. I used to be so depressed in this room because I was like, oh my god, it's like a white room. Now I have a freaking beautiful mural that I can appreciate like every day, every time I look at it, and actually be proud of what I did to my fucking mural, because I decided I don't want to fucking lay in bed and be lazy and just like rot in bed and doom scroll. Doom scrolling is actually the devil for your mental health. Sometimes just like get off your phone. Get off your phone. That damn phone is the problem. I'm being serious. Social media is so fucked now. Like, it's actually ruining your brain and your self-esteem and everything. I know I'm not perfect. I still have these issues of like low self-esteem, and every time what I've noticed is that every time I go on fucking TikTok or something and see all these like perfect girls, I'm like, damn, why don't I look like her? The moment I stop using my phone, I feel so much better about myself. There was a period in time when I was in like school where I didn't have social media for like, I think it was like 2 years. No drama came to me. I was in like the most peaceful state that I could have been in. Literally my life was so peaceful, and I just did what I enjoyed. I didn't have no fucking stupid ass bitches bothering me saying like, oh my god, did you hear what this person did? I know gossip is fun, but sometimes when you keep surrounding yourself with gossip and negative information, you're eventually gonna become part of that negative information, and therefore you're gonna become mentally negative. It's kind of like fucking Darwin's like evolution experiment where he put like fucking guppies and predators in a fucking pond. I have a pond here too. We had like, what was it, like archer fish, and we had them live with these macadee, which is, I think in English is it's just like guppies, right? Eventually the population of the predators, the archer fish, ceased to exist. I haven't seen a single archer fish in my pond now because they adapted. First off, when we first bought these guppies, they were blue and red and beautiful color. Now they're brown because the pond is like, the bottom of the pond is brown, and it provides better camouflage. So what I'm basically trying to say is, you have to change yourself or you're gonna fucking die. Just like how the archer fish died, because they never changed. They didn't change their hunting tactics. They relied solely on human interaction for them to like survive, because we'd feed them like literal raw pork and have them like, eventually they didn't know how to hunt because they were in an environment where they had to rely on something, just like how people maybe rely on drugs to fucking function. Now I'm not one to speak, but like, you know what, I'm just giving you an example. If you don't change yourself, then essentially you won't be able to fucking live or survive. Same with the fucking guppies. They changed in color, they changed in size, just to avoid getting fucking eaten. It's the same concept with your mind. I kind of want to end this video on a good note, since I just kind of spewed a lot of hate. But honestly, like, just take life in moderation. You need balance in everything. Essentially everything. Balance is key. That's why they say it so much in fucking, I don't know, fucking motivational speakers saying balance is key, because it is the key. That's why the yin yang symbol exists. Bye.